Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. What's up, ladies and gentlemen of the internets and Hydra agents secretly on podcasts? Welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2, Episode 4, Face My Enemy. Haha. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me once again are Bert and Ernie.
Hello.
And Erika. Bert, Ernie, Erika. All in the same window.
Bert and Ernie.
Filling in for Rachel is Dom down there.
How did I get here?
Magic. And also joining us as usual is Miss Clio.
Hello.
I gotta stop calling you Miss Clio because you're not that Miss Clio. It's leading people on.
Can you read my fortune?
I'm pretty sure people will take one look at me and know that I'm not that Miss Cleo.
That you're not gonna start flipping the tarot
can you read
cards
my,
over.
my lifeline?
I've read your lifeline before, Dom. You can't pull
does it
that
say?
joke
How about
twice.
mine?
What does it say?
It says you suck.
Oh.
Mine says, "Damn you, webcam settings." But other than that, what's up? How is everybody?
Good.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Pretty good today.
So, I'm just gonna start with I loved this episode.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's very Mission Impossible.
Yeah, very much
kind
so.
of episode.
I don't know how else to put it. It was great. The whole thing was good, and well, let's just jump right into it. We're going to start with this lovely tidbit of May's entire undercover persona. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how they were all like, is something wrong? What is that sound?
That's May. She's laughing. I think
She's
the worst
what?
of it's over.
It's over.
I loved her. She comes back. My face hurts.
Alright.
I don't...
See,
There is so many little like things like that this whole episode that made me chuckle.
Yeah, and
I can't
most
even
of
remember them all.
they all came from... Well, most of them came from May and Coulson.
Yeah.
Some of them came from Fitz. Which...
I particularly
We'll
liked the Colonels.
Yes, the colonels at the end.
I've gotten to really enjoy Talbot.
Yeah.
I have too.
In the comics and in the Marvel Universe, I hate Talbot. But
You're supposed
got this show, this season, has made Talbot like one of my favorite characters.
to. He's like funny without meaning to be funny.
He's...
Yeah, go on.
I don't know. He's unintentionally becoming a nice guy. I think. I don't really know.
Yeah, I even enjoyed Fake Talbot when he's like, "How many drinks have you had?" He's just one too many.
But let's let's just get to that. Talbot was at the party, which was the whole suspenseful moment from the preview for this week's episode. It's like Phil. I was expecting him to turn around and see like the ghost of Garrett or something standing there. But no, it's Talbot at the party. But did you guys suspect it wasn't him at all?
No.
Ever?
Not until the very end of the episode.
Yeah.
When he delivered that excellent line.
Well, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean the whole mask on the guy and everything. But who was it? Mr. Bakshi. I actually learned his name for this week. But watching the episode a second time, knowing that now, it was fake Talbot, and watching it, you realize, alright, it was really fucking obvious that he was fake Talbot just by his mannerisms, the way he's speaking. Like, he had no idea who Coulson was, but he played that so well that, I mean...
So if Coulson didn't go up to him, they would have been just fine.
They would have been just fine. Their cover would have been just fine.
Yeah, and May wouldn't have had to barge through the laser bolts.
Yes, just walk straight through the laser.
They already
Great.
know we're
For
here.
this.
They already know we're here, and he's like, oh yeah. Like, ready to, start tiptoeing
Oh,
through the
yeah.
laser grids.
We had like this little Indiana Jones moment with Coulson. He's like, laser grids. Why does it have to be laser grids?
Yeah.
And May's just like, looks like she's gonna like. I thought at first she had memorized the pattern by just like looking in through the phone or whatever, and then she just goes and marches like she's gonna go and dodge it all, and she just nope. They already know we're
Instantly,
here.
when I saw that scene and I saw Coulson do the whole stretching and his crack in his neck and everything, I got reminded of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, where the 4 jewel thieves do ninja maneuvers through the laser grid to get to a pile of diamonds.
I honestly thought that they were gonna dance their way through the laser grid.
Dance through them, do some kind of crazy
you mean, like,
flipping
every
maneuvers.
time anybody steals something out of a vault ever in movies?
Yeah. And then she just walks right through. But
I know that was supposed to be comedy, but I didn't really get why he goes and unlocks the door with the guy's retina scan, but then a few feet later the laser grid is still turned on. That kind of was like, oh, they meant to be funny there. Okay.
yeah, but you know what, that does make, when you think about it, no sense. Like, they got in the room, now where's, for this guy's own personal security, how does he turn off the laser grid?
It's probably
Right.
double security where he uses his retina scan and then has a passcode.
That's possible.
Who
Or he
knows?
like
Probably
calls
some
it in.
panel somewhere that they didn't see.
Yeah, who knows? But it was meant for comedy's sake,
Yes.
and it was beautiful. But May and Coulson danced, which was interesting.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Their whole undercover thing was hilarious. But yeah. So while they're dancing, Coulson is trying to talk to her about basically Plan B if he goes the way of Garrett. Now, my question is, do you actually think he would go the way of Garrett? Because I don't
No.
think so. He's not Garrett. He's a sane individual.
He could be. I mean, also, Coulson has no idea what the serum has in store for him. So
Right, Garrett seemed like he kind of knew, right?
What
Even though he
better way
didn't say
to-
anything.
What better way to shake up their team though than by have their leader turn against them?
That would be really good, wouldn't it?
It would make for some good TV. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it would make some good TV. But, this whole writing thing, we see it again. It's on the back of a painting. Some old painting from 500 years ago, which was the only object spared in a church fire, and now it makes a bunch of priests think it's some divine intervention to save the painting, which I think is hilarious. Now, this brings up the question for this point, what the fuck is this writing?
the writing,
Yes.
I think it's pretty safe to say it's alien. Talked about it before too.
I know, I'm just getting
Is
to
it
the point.
alien though? Because it's being written by humans.
Yeah, humans that have all come in contact with the alien thing that saved their life.
I don't know, I just asked the question
What
out
is
of
it
sheer
called?
frustration.
It's the GH
325.
325.
Right.
I
Or
remember that.
technically there were a lot of different numbers, but 325 is what Coulson had.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna end up not being a language. I think it's gonna be like a DNA sequence or something.
Code or something,
there's-
but it's definitely some form of writing.
They're
Yeah.
saying in this episode that Coulson can read it, though.
When did they say that?
That was fake Talbot. Probably
Okay.
thinking Coulson knew what it meant.
Hmm.
Fake Talbot. His
Yeah.
Mr. Bakshi, whatever.
Yeah,
Hydra Man.
I think this is going to be something that they really spend a lot of time trying to decipher, and Fitz is probably going to be the one to crack it, and it's probably going to, like I said, it's probably going to be some kind of gene sequence or DNA sequence or something like that.
But the way that we write gene sequence is obviously going to be different than the way a alien species writes gene sequences.
Right.
So he's going to have to first recognize that it's alien and then
It could just be an alien math equation, because if you think
Yeah.
about it, even aliens would write math different than we write math.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what is a math equation going to solve that it's instantly going to be recognizable just by the equation?
I don't know. I know reality physicists have been coming up with math equations based on fundamental constants of the universe, just in case we ever have to use them to communicate with an alien. So,
Oh, that's nice.
they're just basically things that don't change in the universe that any advanced species with, you know, sufficient knowledge of science would understand. Because it's like, this is constant. It's a law of the universe. It's a law of nature. So it's nothing we made up. Nature made it up.
Yeah.
So, but we
But
digress.
this seems like something more important than a constants of nature.
Yeah, and you know, Coulson, he's just has to draw, you know, carve it into something.
Compelled.
He's compelled.
Yeah, there's
exactly.
something about carving it.
So the big question
Even in
is,
the
I guess,
painting, it's carved on wood.
who is the one that carved it?
In the painting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they did the analysis. The painting is definitely 500 years old, but the writing is not.
Right. So there's got to be somebody else like Coulson running around. We know that it's not Garrett. You know, he's locked up, even though we don't think he's been exposed to the serum or whatever.
Ward, you're
But,
talking
Right.
about. Garrett
Or
got vaporized.
Ward. Yeah. Ward. Yeah.
The carving's not 500 years old, but it doesn't mean it's brand new.
True. They don't exactly say how. Well, they kind
They
of
alluded to it by saying, "Oh, there's somebody else running around out there carving it."
Yeah, they alluded to the fact that it's relatively new. So, I don't know. I just really want to know what it is. Like, now, please give me... I was reading an interview they did with Ming-Na, who... That's probably butchering her name. Agent May, don't kill me. Where she said
She's
they don't
coming for
even...
you.
They just finished filming, I think, episode 7. So, you know, she was talking about the fact that they have an amazingly quick turnaround time on episodes, and that they just started filming episode 8. So they're not even that far ahead. And the writers haven't clued them in. They keep all this stuff locked up until their first reading of the script. So,
Which could mean the writers don't even know yet.
well, it's possible either that, or they're just really good at
Or
keeping
it's
secrets.
Going to be something that carries on longer than we expect and is going to end up being tied together with one of the major movies.
It's definitely gonna be tied into a major movie, I think. But which one?
What is the next? Isn't the next one S.H.I.E.L.D? No, not S.H.I.E.L.D. Avengers.
Yes,
Yeah.
Next year, Avengers 2. Which sucks that we gotta wait that long for another Marvel movie, because they've been awesome this year. Both
Yeah.
of
Well,
them.
we got 2 in 1 year. We got spoiled, so.
We got Winter Soldier. We got the two best ones, arguably,
Yes,
in 1 year.
Yeah.
So,
Hands down.
we're very spoiled right now.
which I think is why S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to keep seeing an increase in ratings.
Yeah, probably.
Kind of unrelated, but that's one thing that hit the internet today is Guardians of the Galaxy jumped up another peg on the rating scale after their massive Chinese opening.
Mhm.
Oh,
Wow.
I forget what the numbers were, but it's like now it's like truly in record territory of all movies, not just, you know, the superhero movies.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was a really well done movie, regardless of what genre it is.
And on a little bit of a side tangent, I was just looking about a DC Comics movie schedule coming out. And
I saw that too.
They're pushing Justice League in 2016 and Justice
Yeah.
League 2 in like 2018 or something
They're
like that.
real. I saw that schedule. They're really overconfident for not knowing how any of these movies are going to be received.
They're basically, they want what Marvel has, but they're
Yeah.
not willing to spend the half-dozen plus movie startup wind-up time that Marvel did setting up
Yeah.
the whole cinematic
That's-
universe.
That's what made the cinematic universe, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
But it's not.
they made this one movie, and then they made a second movie, and everybody's like, "Oh, wait a minute! Nick Fury showed up in this movie too. They've got to be connected."
Yeah, what was it? Iron Man. And then
It's
Iron
not
Man
even
2.
that they're not willing to put those build up with the movies. It's that they're just ready to have them all lined up already. It's like, could you just wait to see how Batman versus Superman does, which I have a feeling is going to be the worst thing ever.
Oh, I have a strange feeling it's going to be terrible.
But
I mean, it's coming. It's following up after the Nolan trilogy. Like, you're not gonna do well. I'm sorry.
and I fucking hated the last Nolan movie.
Yeah. Dark Knight was amazing. Dark Knight Rises was way less amazing.
Yeah, but it's just, it comes down to, like, the setup, the build-up of it. Like, Marvel had all this great build-up. It was amazing. And they're just looking at that and going, oh, well, this comic book universe thing is already established, so let's just pump out everything we can and...
Pray for money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't
you can't tell me you guys aren't going to go see the Justice League movie.
I will go see the
You're
Justice
gonna go
League
see
movie.
it. And then if it bombs, then you're going to be like, well, that sucked. And then they're probably not going to end up coming out with the rest of those movies. Or cut some of them anyway. But everybody's still going to go see it. That's the thing.
Well, the thing I've wondered about is if the Batman vs Superman is the start of the DC cinematic universe, then does that mean we're going to be stuck with the Batfleck from now on?
The Batfleck. You know, I got nothing against Ben Affleck as an actor. I mean, sure, he's not done everything he's done hasn't been amazing, but he's not a terrible actor. I don't know if he's going to be a terrible Batman, to be honest. I mean,
Daredevil. Sorry.
Yeah, okay, Daredevil was fucking horrible, but
I like Val Kilmer, but he was a terrible Batman.
I love Val Kilmer, and he was a terrible. I love George Clooney, and you know he was not.
He was a terrible Batman. He was a fantastic Bruce Wayne.
Yes, he was an amazing Bruce Wayne, but he was not a good Batman. But that whole movie had problems, so I don't think that was even his fault. I mean, he made the best of a bad situation. And Arnold Schwarzenegger just had all the fun in the world. He probably left the set laughing his ass off every day.
I love that movie.
Just for him, I know.
It was so bad.
It was, I know, but you still love it.
I love how bad it was.
I know, right? Totally on a DC tangent here, though.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't matter. It's superhero stuff.
Right.
All right, let's get back on track here.
We're comparing it to Marvel, so it's
we
not
are.
on
You're right.
topic.
I know it's on topic. I'm not
No, I just said that in chat because Sarah said it's Joss. Remember the whole Miranda thing? I'm like, yeah, but I don't remember. I don't know how that connects into what we were talking about because I don't remember what we were talking about.
Secretive. She's talking about secretive stuff. It's from Firefly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Serenity.
So let's get back on this. I'm just gonna go here in somewhat order. May, that was Agent 33, right? The brainwashed agent?
Yes.
Okay. So, first off, apparently Coulson and May don't know what she looks like.
No.
So, there's that.
I was yelling at them. I was like, that's her! That's her!
Guess they don't know. And her
Or they
and
didn't
May,
realize.
fucking free-for-all. Come
May
on.
barged right in there.
Oh, yeah.
Hydra!
She saw Hydra and she barged right in there and started beating the crap out of her. And then fake Talbot. And if it wasn't for that mask, she would have probably, practically taken his head off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I legitimately thought Talbot was Hydra.
Oh, I
because
did
of that.
too.
Yeah.
I think everybody, that was so well done.
I looked at it and I was like, why didn't I see this coming?
Mm-hmm.
That's just way too obvious.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it's like, ha, we gotcha. He's not Hydra. He's still an asshole.
Double bluff.
They
Right.
pulled, yeah, they double bluffed us, and they did it so effectively. Yeah, that whole fight sequence was amazing. And I put this in to mention this, that Mr. Bakshi's face when May just charged him after she broke out of her restraints. He's all ready to fight. She charged him, and then he's like, ah!
He's pinned up against the door.
Like, okay.
Oh shit! I take it back. I'm
I take it
sorry.
back. And then I was expecting to show him being blasted through the door.
Well, you see, she breaks that one cuff, just rips off, and then unties her legs, and then can't get her other arm freed, and he's sitting there looking at her. So
No, he wasn't looking. He was going to the door to see what the commotion was at that point.
She just takes that entire chair and just breaks the chair instead of breaking the cuff, and he's like, "Oh my, I give up."
Rage monster.
Yeah.
It was just beautiful though, and the whole Coulson, they when they start fighting, Coulson's reaction just, I can't believe I'm the only one seeing this.
Yes.
Yeah, the May on May.
The May on May action.
Yeah.
That was the fan reaction right there.
Yeah. Now,
Coulson, I mean, what's his name? Greg Clark
Gregg.
I'd love how he gets to play like the fan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
he's still such a major actor, part of the show or whatever, but he still gets to play the fan of the show as well at the same time.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of part of his character. That's kind of how they built him into Avengers. He was he was like the fan of the Avengers.
Yeah, you know.
Will you sign my trading cards?
It's like, has he asked you to sign his trading cards yet? They're vintage. He's very proud. And then, 10 minutes later, it's like, if it's not too much trouble. No, sure, man. They're vintage. Spent a while collecting them. It's like,
yeah.
So yeah, he is the
only
fan.
to get blood all over them.
Yes,
Yeah,
true.
really. No,
No, that wasn't the
Fury
real
did
card.
that on purpose.
Yeah.
I think if Coulson never found out, it would kick the crap out of Fury.
Yeah, he probably would be very pissed. But I'm gonna bring up a Reddit theory real quick while we're on the topic of the May on Agent 33 fight. When she wins the fight, she's bug zaps her face in that Mission Impossible mask is what I'm calling it, because that's what it is, and leaves a big scar and all that stuff. People on Reddit think that they're setting up Madame Mask, who I had no idea who the fuck that was, so I looked it up. Apparently, she is an ex-S.H.I.E.L.D. agent who uses a golden mask that can change appearance in order to hide a disfiguration on her face.
Well,
Well,
that sounds very familiar.
She wasn't Agent 33. I don't even know if she was actually a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, but she had S.H.I.E.L.D. like training.
Yeah.
Well, this completely fits the
that's why
the bill completely.
it fits the bill. We already know that they're going different routes with stuff. So, I mean, that was just a Reddit theory I wanted to bring up. And I thought that was pretty
that
cool.
sounds completely plausible.
And I thought that was really cool. So,
Or if she doesn't become Madame Mask, she becomes a Madame Mask-esque character.
someone who is very much like that. Maybe it's just a nod to the character while not being the character.
Yeah, exactly.
So, that's pretty good. All right, let's get to the
one thing.
Go on.
It's one thing that I kind of picked up on though when I was watching it was, I know they switched out actors and had, Miss Wynn playing the character after the whole transformation thing.
Right.
But when the woman was putting on the mask and transforming, I was like, it's not even the same body type.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't
Your
have,
face, but the shoulder build, the everything else was just wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, I saw that too. They just had a different build.
I mean, what are you gonna do? They're hoping to slide
Yeah.
that past you, I guess. But let's get to the rest of the team here, who they're bonding. Even fakes it. Head Simmons says they're bonding. Go have fun, Fitz. Go bond.
That was the worst impression I've ever heard.
I know. I wasn't trying for accurate. Jeez. But I mean, we're getting backstory on Hunter and Mac, which I like because they're both awesome characters, and I'm starting to like Hunter.
I didn't realize they worked together.
Yeah.
That's something I just didn't put
Hunter is a
together.
character that I particularly did not care for the first 3 episodes here.
Yeah, but he's growing on you, right?
This episode he grew on me, yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of finally fitting into the S.H.I.E.L.D. mentality, the team mentality, not the mercenary mentality.
Well, he was
Right.
given the second chance, last episode or the episode before that?
The episode before.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's kind of been... maybe he felt like an outsider before. Now I think he feels like part of the team, feels like this is home to him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he knows. It's not that he doesn't know how to work on a team, because he worked on a team with Lucy Lawless and the other dude.
yeah.
So he knows how to work on a team. It's just
a different kind. Yeah.
yeah, a different kind of team.
Right.
Well, I mean, his team, he follows Fitz downstairs. It's like, I need hands. I know how to do this. I just can't. And he's like, I'm the only one without any other technical knowledge, and everybody else is busy fixing the plane. Yes.
Well, it seemed like everybody was kind of chipping in with Fitz this episode. Like,
Yeah.
before we only saw Mac really helping him out, but it seemed like everybody was helping him out, and Fitz seemed a little more like himself this episode.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He's fixing, I think. I don't know.
Well, Mac cracked the code. Mac that figured out how to talk to him, and I think everybody's following suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So.
I mean, you literally saw every member of the team chip in there and put words into his mouth.
Right.
You know.
So they figured out the formula to communicate with Fitz now.
Yeah.
And I think they all realize Fitz is still Fitz, just in there, jumbled. Stuff.
I had this really awesome theory of what was going to happen when Fitz went to drink the alcohol. I thought the alcohol was going to restart his brain, and he had to be drunk to be able to communicate perfectly.
Oh my
waiting
God.
for that.
Make him the drunken master.
The drunken master.
I was waiting so that when he's sober, he can't. Kind of like if you watch Big Bang Theory, how Raj in the first few seasons couldn't speak to women unless he was drunk.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of thought that that's the route that they were going to go with Fitz here, and he couldn't properly communicate unless he was drunk.
That would have been a hilarious route to go.
It would have.
But, so we mentioned earlier at the end, Talbot, they communicate with the real Talbot. And he's like,
Yes.
a painting? Me? Like an art show? Me?
You don't know me at all.
Like, you don't know me at all. But,
Yeah, that's funny.
yeah,
Yeah.
Talbot doesn't seem... he's becoming the funny guy, and they're making you, like you said, hate him less, but
Yeah.
he's probably still going to be a major villain in, like, 10 episodes or something.
Well, I mean, him being likable and him fucking with Coulson at every road block, whether he's fucking with them on purpose or not,
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna block S.H.I.E.L.D's progress.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
So,
I don't think he's going to be a villain. I think he's going to be a foil.
yeah.
Yeah, a
And-
foil.
Like
and
I'm
that-
saying, he's there to make sure that the road for S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't that easy. That this one little ragtag team can't actually conquer the world, because you got dude there blocking you with the military.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I like him.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a great character.
He is a
yeah.
good character.
I did not like him when they first introduced him.
Which
But-
was a lot
You're
of...
really not supposed to.
He
Even
grew
though
on me.
Hulk movie,
Think
you're
about-
you're not supposed to.
Think about the beginning of season 1. Nobody liked Fitz. Nobody liked Simmons. Nobody liked...
I
I
did.
was the only one. I liked them from the beginning.
Okay. All right. I'm going with the general populace here. I mean,
The
but
general populace can suck it.
Didn't we? If I remember correctly, didn't we make a prediction at the beginning that either Fitz or Simmons was gonna die? I
Yeah,
think this
we
was
did.
something we guessed in like the very first
Yeah.
episode.
they were going to build them up to be like the buddy, duo, and then in the season finale, or even the series finale or something, kill one of them.
And then look what happened at the end of season 1. Fitz practically died.
Yeah.
Like we
Practically,
were
but he
close
did
on our
die.
prediction.
I
No.
don't think we get to pat ourselves on the back for that one.
I'm just going, we don't. We unfortunately don't. But I'm
Well,
gonna
we knew
use
something tragic. We picked out the character that it was gonna happen to.
Right.
So, like I said, we got close on that one.
and using the same knowledge of Whedon's work and the characters at the beginning of this season, I'm predicting that this tragedy will befall Mac, and by the end of this season, because they're
I don't
making
think
you
Mac
like
is
him.
that likable.
Well, I think the thing that they're really setting up for, at least drama-wise, is with Sky. So stuff with her father, whether anything actually happens to her or not, is I'm not sure anything like that would happen to her. But
Right. But or
I did like that comment Scott made this episode when they were talking about their exes. They're like, well, at least you got away from your ex. Mine's locked up in the basement.
yeah,
yeah. Well, the other thing they're setting up is drama with Coulson and potentially going crazy.
yeah,
Which at the towards the very end we hear him tell May, she says my plan is, get you out, to a cabin in the middle of the Australian outback and everything. He's like,
I love kangaroos.
that is the most selfless thing anybody has ever done for me.
hmm
But I don't care. You're still gonna kill me. Like that's
Yeah.
your orders. You kill me.
because her squirreling him away is not going to change the fact that he could go crazy / evil,
Yeah,
and-
right.
still try to fuck shit up.
Exactly. So
He's afraid. He's not afraid of going crazy. He's afraid of going evil.
yes, he's afraid of going evil. That's his thing. So
Coulson's joining Hydra, confirmed.
Oh, God.
Confirmed Hydra.
Speaking of Hydra, the little ending with Dr. Whitehall cornering Raina in a car.
Yeah, that was intense.
Just like, I don't usually do my dirty work, but, whatever. I'm making
But when I do...
But when I do, I make it effective.
What was that little microchip that he put on the back of her hand? It looked like a ladybug.
No idea what it was, but it basically paralyzed her. Or seemed to be some form of control? I don't know. But it's basically 48 hours to get me the obelisk, or you die. Horribly. I torture you. And he used the analogy of that he operated on someone on and off for, what, a week straight? While they were awake.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I think I've gotten better at it.
Considered that a failure.
Yeah, and considered that a failure. So,
I mean, I would too. I'm just saying.
Not nearly enough time.
No, it's not.
A week?
But, that's setting up next episode, which I have a short synopsis for. So...
Wait, let me guess. Something happens that puts the team at jeopardy.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. Episode 5 is called A Hen... Yeah, it's A Hen in a Den of Wolves. Director Phil Coulson's team is up against the beautiful and deadly Bobbi Morse, who we'll get to in a second, security chief for Hydra. Meanwhile, Sky's father forces Raina to reunite him with his daughter at any cost. Will she reveal to Hydra that Simmons is a double agent? Because there was a 2-minute preview. It showed Coulson sitting down to dinner with Raina, and they're talking about something, and she says, we want the same thing, and he's like, oh, I don't, unless it's an end to this conversation, I don't think we want the same thing. And then she, goes like, oh, Hydra's worried they have a mole. Wouldn't it be terrible if this, fell into the wrong hands, and it's a picture of Simmons, and proof that she's a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent and a double agent and all that shit. So...
Then Simmons is going to have to go through the brainwashing machine.
Right, so we have Simmons in trouble. Raina's in double trouble because she's got Sky's father, who seems like some kind of psychopath, wanting, her to get Sky. Then she's got Dr. Whitehall wanting her to get the obelisk away from Sky's father. So she's caught in a very nasty spot, I guess. And then we have, from the actual official preview, promo I saw, this character, Bobbi Morse, going on a witch hunt inside of Hydra because she knows they have a mole. And if you're not familiar, which I forgot because I don't know aliases or, secret identities and shit like that, Bobbi Morse is the Marvel character known as Mockingbird.
Mm-hmm.
And this was even confirmed that that's the character she's playing.
Okay.
So
interesting. Who is Mockingbird? I'm not exactly familiar.
She is also a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. Who was a very highly trained S.H.I.E.L.D. agent of that, this is coming from the comics. She was the one who was injected with some combination of the super soldier serum, the thing that, the serum that keeps Captain America super strong, and the serum that keeps Nick Fury from aging. It's some kind of weird mixture of that. Mm-hmm. And it gives her Captain America-esque powers.
Well, the Fury's got a much lesser version of super
Yeah, it's called
based on the formula.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. The Eternity Serum or the Eternity something or other.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But I remember in the comics he had to take it once a year because if he missed a dose, it would just, all of its effects would revert themselves and he'd get old instantly.
Which brings up Fury himself. Mm-hmm. When do you think we're going to see Fury next? Is it going to be in the Avengers or?
Not soon enough.
Not soon enough, I agree. I don't know when we're going to see Fury next. Also, there was an AMA done recently, I don't know if it was before last episode, with Robert Downey Jr., and they asked him, said, if you could, have a short stint in any currently airing TV show, what would it be? And he just put Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's all he put. Not like, oh, I'd like to guest star on this, I like this show, so I do it. He's just like, nope, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., that's it, done. And that Reddit exploded at that.
They're in...
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
He's in the right position to do that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he is. As far as the show, though, I don't think they could fit him in this season.
I don't think they could afford him this season.
No, not a 4. I think he'd do it for free, to be completely honest. But I don't think they have room for it, because you got to remember, none of the Avengers know Coulson's alive at this point. And having that be the big reveal on the TV show would be a little weak, because they set this up in the films. It's something that I want to see in the next Avengers movie, because Coulson technically is an Avenger, and if you don't think for 1 minute that he's not going to be in the Avengers 2 movie, I'm telling you right now, you're mistaken. He's going to be in it.
So, go ahead.
They don't have to let Tony Stark know that Coulson's still alive.
True, but here's my question. What was Black Widow's rank within S.H.I.E.L.D.? Like, the ranking system went 1 through 10, Fury was 10. I mean, Maria Hill was obviously, like, rank 9 or close to the top. She knew Coulson
was only,
alive.
7?
Coulson was 7.
Yes.
Yeah, he was 6 in the movie.
Did you say Steve?
No. Black Widow. Romanoff. What level was she?
Steve was 8.
Steve was 8.
Yes.
So that means he's privy to the information that Coulson is still alive. He's high enough rank.
Well,
doesn't mean he actually knows it.
True.
We're probably under the impression that Tony Stark has already hacked the entire database and has all this information anyway.
I thought Steve Rogers was only level 5. Oh, he's 8.
Not as far as Winter Soldier.
Oh, okay. So he technically could find out if he decided to look.
Yes, but I don't think he would.
And Stark is...
And now there's no S.H.I.E.L.D., so...
Right, exactly. So he...
On that scale.
But I just imagine it in the Avengers, someone's going to let slip that S.H.I.E.L.D. is still doing its work. They're going to be shocked and be like, yeah, Director Coulson's doing that. And then it's like, back the fuck up.
I'm sorry, Director Who?
It's like, yeah...
I'm telling you right now, if that's going to happen, Stark has already dug into the files. He's going to be the one to find out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
To be like, there's some kind of order to do this by a Director Coulson. Explain.
Director Son of Cole.
Director Son of Cole, yes. Thor, you son of a bitch. Well, anyway, I got nothing else I got nothing else pertaining, I guess, to this episode. So, you guys got anything?
Hydra.
And on that note, Hail Hydra. So, yeah, that's our show. Clio down there with the Hydra pin, or whatever that is. Is that a ring, a pin, a coin?
Pin.
It's a pin. Okay, so it's a pin. Where can the people find you?
Find me on all of the internet at Clio Moto.
Okay. Dom, where can the people find you?
I just want to, before I tell people where they can find me, can I go to myspace.com/CleoMoto?
You can try.
Would it exist?
Let's look. Tell them where they can find you, and I'll let you know.
You can find me down below.
Yeah, I'm typing here.
Down below at Phenomedom. PHENOMEDOM.
Page not found on MySpace. You're slacking.
You know what? I gotta snatch that MySpace URL up. You know, I bet it's people are just fighting for it.
Damn
They
straight.
are.
Bert, Ernie, Erika.
I'm not even joking. I'm doing it.
Where can the people? Wow, you're horrible. Where can the people find you?
On Twitter at ErikaRain7.
There you go. I'm Mike, if you've forgotten. You can find me there on Twitter, at Philodrin, and just on Twitter, really. You can find all of us on YouTube. The channel is ASOTV Podcast, all one word. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, missing one. What? Gmail, and the YouTube page. You can follow us there for more podcasts or some of your favorite TV shows. I guarantee we do something else you like. You can also find us for movies. The Hobbit's coming up soon. We're going to be definitely doing a As Seen on the Big Screen show for that. And, yeah, that's our show. See you next week, guys.
Take care.
Azog disapproves of you.
Well, Azog can eat a dick.
MySpace.com/CleoMoto.
It'll be there once this.
It'll be there in 60 seconds.
Yeah.